Alright, so JHP still has not refunded me my money back for the order that they fucked up on. So I went ahead and spent some money I did not have from Options Auto Salon from Southern California to overnight this K20 speed converter to me. I really am trying to make this race. They don't offer overnight shipping, but they were able to help me out because I told them that I am very desperate to make this fucking race. So they had one in stock, and here it is. Now to get this guy in the car wired up, calibrated, and all that stuff to make sure that this car is going to work. So my brother is installing his traction bar, and I am going to be installing my K-tuned VSS converter. So I sold the wheels the other day. I sold it for 300 bucks, and then he gave me these curb to shit XXR 522s. Yeah, tires are mostly shot, wheels are mostly curbed, but anyways, might pull it out, might leave it in there. I don't know. I don't give a shit. So I took a quick break from installing those wires. I already got 2 of them on. I just got to do the signal wires, which is a tad bit confusing. So I got a couple people here texting me on how to do it. In the time being, my brother wants to rock my wheels. His wheels are 26, mine are 27. He has a little bit more better fitment on his car than my car. So right now, without the spacer, it's touching here. And I'm gonna cut all this out so I can do a full lock to see if I require to trim this piece. On my car, all that's gone. With the spacer, 25 mil, it was hitting here. You can see the 2 different color of black. That would require me to cut further. So without the spacer, cut less. That's what I'm about to do. So got the wheels all fitted up. I trimmed the back portion of the side skirt right here. There's more to this piece, and the reason why I did it like that is so that way the side skirt still looks like a side skirt rather than like mine over there. But bang the frame where the mud flaps bolts to or screws onto a little bit so we can get that extra clearance on a full lock. Because he installed the traction bar, the car definitely has to go to an alignment shop. It looks a lot meaner, like it lifts the car up a lot more because of the 27 opposed to the 26. But these are a little bit softer compound than the BFG Goodrich, sorry. And hopefully a little bit more traction, I guess. And those are 195s, these are 205s. And so he's gonna swap the rear out now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and continue working on my car. I think I got the wiring sorted. Okay, so a quick run through with the installation of the VSS converter. It's pretty straightforward, but it was a tad bit confusing to me because when you get to procedure number 3, it's asking for you to locate the white green wire on plug A18. Here's A18, right? Second row down, 4th from the right to the left. Okay, it says wire coming out of the ECU plug A18. Follow this wire up to the harness and you will find that it is actually divided into 2 white green wires on the ECU side, right? Single wire splits into 2 that is divided at a crimp connector under a piece of blue tape. Now I'm running an aftermarket harness, and right off the ECU it's 2 wires, so it's not coming out as one that goes up and split into 2 somewhere in the harness under the blue tape that is crimped into 2 wires. So I was confused on that for a second, but when you skip number 4, because obviously there's no number 4 here, there's only 3 to 5. Anyways, procedure number 5 says cut out the crimp connection and connect the white wire to the K20 speed converter to the single white green wire. Now again, this came out as 2 and not 1. Okay, Further reading into the instruction, the wire that leads towards the engine side of the wiring harness, that is the VSS signal. Now, because this is confusing to me, I'm using the keyword here, signal input. So now what I have done here to figure out between the two wires which one is signal, see, I cut both of them together, right? Then I put a probe on my voltmeter to the signal wire that's on the plug here, which is the white wire. Okay, it's on, I think it's on. So when I probe the wire, it beeps. So you can't hear it. I'm gonna probe it. And that means this wire goes to the signal on the VSS input. This wire is just going to be chilling. I'm going to cut that off so that way it's not an open exposed wire. And then the other two wires, according to 6, connect the blue wire on a K20 speed converter box to the white-green wire leading towards the ECU of the harness. This is the signal output and a dash cluster. So these two guys right here, wired into the blue, soldered all the connection. They are good and dandy. Reverting back to step 1 and 2. Red wire goes onto a K20 speed converter on the OEM yellow black plug A3. So A3, yellow wire, red wire wires in. The yellow wire is not completely connected, it's just spliced apart for me to put the red wire in, solder that connection. Step 2, connect black to the black from the K2 converter to the wire on the A4 plug. So here's A4, same thing as A3, spliced, wired in, and soldered. Now I didn't put a shrink wrap in there, because shrink tubing, because the wire wasn't complete, snipped. So I'm just gonna let you go take these together. Shut to act as a sleeve, and then that's pretty much it. Step 3, 5, and 6. I already explained to you how I did that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get down to, I'm not gonna worry about the speed sensor modification as far as the plug, because I made the conversion harness or extension harness. Now we're gonna go to the programming the device. This shit looks beefy as fuck. Threw my wheels on it, and it looks like it has positive camber, even though it didn't have positive camber before. It might just be an illusion because the car is so fucking high off the floor. Well, this one, the jack is on it, but yeah, so he's modifying the knuckles a little bit more. There's that little nipple on the back of the knuckle where it's rubbing on the spring, and he's trimming it a little bit more so he can clear the spring to allow negative camber going in, because that one actually went out. That's just one of the downfalls from eBay camber arms, but it worked. The car's been lifted for 2 years or so, whatever. Wiring is all done down there at the ECU. Now it's time to program the converter. They give you a USB plug that goes into the converter box that you got to hook up into your computer, your laptop, whatever you have access to. Found this laptop sitting in the living room, so that's what I'm going to be using. You go to the K20 website, go to the all-in-one converter page, and right here at the very bottom of the description, it has download the application here. So you go ahead and you download the application. It's going to open up right here. You want to run it, and there you have your speed adjustment. So now I'm going to go ahead and plug the box to the harness. Right, device is connected. I wanted to read the device. Okay, it says USB input device ready to use. Go ahead and X that out. Read device. Now it's receiving the data, and then it's going to give you the screen option for RSX, S2K, and general, and then the calibration plus minus percentage of based on your tires, I guess. Not sure if you can see the laptop screen, but I'm gonna read it out anyways. Again, 3 options: RSX, S2K, and general. In my case, I'm using 06 speed sensor, and I'm trying to convert it to 02, 04 specs based off my engine and my ECU being in 03. So once you select RSX, I'm not going to do the correction of the speed percentage plus minus because my cluster is not going to work, because I'm using the EF cluster still, and speedo is not going to work on there, period. So once you select what you're going to be, switching it up to, you go ahead and write the device, right? And now it is writing onto the converter box. Unplug USB adapter from device. Unit is now ready to be plugged into the vehicle. In my S300, it is already the speed sensor option has already been changed in my K Pro, and I hope it's still written in my K Pro. So now you have your wiring here to plug on in to the box, right? Now I'm gonna attempt to go romp on it. Another day. So yesterday, pretty frustrating, I would say. So I got the K20 converter box installed. What the fuck, dude? Are you planning to make another hole right there, bro? Fucker. So I installed the K20 converter box, did all the calibrations, changed the settings in K Pro and all of that, drove it around, check engine light came on, just back to square one. Wasted $200 I didn't have overnighting that part. I didn't want to disable the VSS, but if I want to make this race, I'm going to have to do that because I don't have another choice other than not drive the car down the track. Set the VTEC working miles per hour to 0, so VTEC will engage even without VSS. And the car works just fine. VTEC kicks, no speed sensor, but I don't have two-step. So if I'm going to race the car, I'm going to have to line up first, pre-stage my two-step to 6,500 RPM, and hope to not break another axle. But for the most part, car runs, drives, no more check engine light. I can rev through all the RPM to red line, all that good shit. And you probably already noticed I picked up an AP1 cluster. So after Race Wars, I'm gonna have to hustle to make some money, buy me a S2K conversion harness so I can run the AP1 cluster, fix all my VSS issues, all that bullshit. The reason why the sensor didn't work for me yesterday, because I think it's because I'm still running an EF cluster, which is cable driven and not a signal electronic speed sensor cluster, whatever, however you want to say that. But with that being said, today I am going to go and trade these horrendous looking wheels for a turbo kit for the CRX. So I'm out here in NorCal delivering these wheels to Mike. He's gonna use these as burners for his A86, or it's a coupe. So I traded him for his eBay turbo kit that he had planned to turbo his Civic, but things took turns, literally. So he was asking the same price I was asking for the wheels, and I figured, let's make the trade. He can use that, I can use this for the CRX, and now I just need a clutch. When the struggle is real and you only pump 14-12, every penny counts. Today is raceworz preps day. Now we're gonna go ahead and get this car to the alignment rack. Hopefully it drives straight. Looks like we got some positive camera in the rear. Gonna have Nilo do his magic. It's where I always go to get my wheels mounted and stuff. We got Mark over here mounting his slicks. He's getting ready for tomorrow too. What car are you bringing out tomorrow?
CRX from the UK.
You got the adapters?
Huh? Yeah, I got the
okay, because I have the adapters in my car if you need them. And I have yours too. Oh, we just showed up. I was like, who's that? Oh, that's Merkel. A better look at the exhaust system. It was a giant gap I had to fill right here. The giant gap, but it's all filled up. We are planning, I just drove for the first time today, so it was definitely droning a lot for being a 3-inch with no resonator. But I have an exhaust leak here. I have no gasket here, so it's definitely leaking here. And maybe the O2 sensor, because it's not in all the way. But so we're doing alignment now, and according to the screen, we're gonna need some aftermarket tow kits. Somehow this one became positive, but it's all in spec now. And that's pretty much it. Trying to figure out some clunky noise. There's some clunky noise right here. Oh shit, this just got built-in lights?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
The axle is ridiculous though. How it's angled backward instead of forward. And we can't put caster forward because tires will eat the bumper out. But on full lock, it actually rubs out on the fork, which is not good. It's gonna put a lot of friction on the axles, but nothing we can do about it. Did the alignment about an hour or two ago. I was editing in a 3-day vlog. So my brother's all ready for tomorrow. He actually washed his car for the first time in like a year. Now it's my turn to clean my car because I've been lazy all day. Just gotta clean up some stuff. I'm not even gonna vacuum it because race car. Look at this dust. Anywho, I gotta pull out the turbo kit and everything that's in the back seat. I gotta pull my slicks out. They're over there in the back corner. Make sure I have everything for tomorrow. He's got the canopy, the chairs, the barbecue pit, the cooler is in the house. But yeah, let's get this baby all cleaned up and all the junk out. So while I was cleaning out the car, I figured I'd lay out all the turbo components that I just picked up today. It came with a ton of shit. A real Greddy RS blowout valve. I have no idea what this is. Turbo XS, yep, definitely eBay. And steel. B series, AC compatible, D series, eBay turbo. Random before, stop hating. EMS USA, definitely not gonna run that. I have a 2-bolt tile gate that's on like 3 pounds, and I'm probably gonna run this no more than 5 pounds because it's a stock burning oil motor. But yeah, a ton of pipings, line, return line. I'm probably gonna ditch this for a dash 10 because I have a ton of dash 10s. Chip ECU, which is dope. My car is already OBD1. Flange is right here, so that'll definitely give me the opportunity to make my own downpipe. Like I said, there's a ton of steel pipes that I can use to do that. But all I need right now is a clutch, and that thing could be turboed. My boys out airing up these slicks. 20 pounds in the front, 45 pounds in the rear. We got a compressor in case we need to go more or less. All right, so got my slicks aired up, loaded. Most importantly, helmet. Even if you ain't fast enough to run the class, bring a helmet. Got my V-stack going out my front bumper. Very important items here. 32 mil for axles, because I broke axles last track. I need my wheel keys to take off the lugs on my car. The bow guards require a shank style, so Make sure you have your socket 21 mil for the bow guard shank. So do not forget lug nuts if your wheels require different lug nuts. Tire pressure gauge, check. Extra coolant. My jack is gonna go here with the jack stand. Don't forget your hat. My brother had some chairs, I got mine. I got a scooter because car show area is gonna take up most of the parking and we're gonna park in the back. So bring a scooter, spacers for my friend on his race car. Other than that, that's pretty much it. There's some pretty big birds over there. But anyways, so I got the car all wiped down with Meguiar's. Got the interior wiped down also with Meguiar's interior cleaner. Everything is loaded into the trunk. So depending on when this video is released, I will definitely see you in the next video of us at the track. Catch you guys next time.